Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Ade OLADIPO, brought to you by Undisputed.
Morning peeps, good morning everyone. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe. We are brought to you by Undisputed, the new takeover pack, which includes Mr. Takeover Teofimo Lopez, Sebastian Fundora, Tim Zhu, Yanibek Alam Kanali, Diego Corrales, and more is available to download right now. Just go to playundisputed.com. All right, there is quite a lot to talk about, people. Quite a lot. Before we get into it, I just want to quickly say again, thank you so much for all the messages I'm still getting about the live that we did. I really enjoyed it. So much so that we are planning another one before the end of the year. So all those people that are messaging me saying, I will definitely come to the next one, here's your opportunity. We are looking at venues. I did like that venue. I thought it was perfect for a few different reasons. There are two different halls. So we took the smaller hall, which holds, I think, around 250. There is a bigger hall which holds around 400. So we're probably going to try and go for that one next. And King's Cross is perfect, right? In terms of how to get there. National Rail, every train route goes into King's Cross. There's a bar upstairs, which helps as well. So although I am looking at maybe doing one down south and one up north, because I'm getting so many messages about people saying come down south or go up north, I think we might do it in that one again. But I'll let you guys know we are looking at around the December time. But once we get it ironed in, then I'll let you guys know. Final thing, I'm getting so many messages about Ade, what's going on with the Ariel and Ade show. It's no longer. It's no longer, people. It was for a year. It didn't get renewed. So yeah, slightly disappointed. In fact, very disappointed. But these things happen. I do plan on doing stuff in the future with Ariel, even if it's away from the zone, because I think Ariel, is the best in the business. I really do. I've looked up to Ariel for years. So it was a pleasure to work with him for 12 months. But yeah, it hasn't been renewed. I did see the other day, Ring Magazine and the Zone have launched the Max Kellerman sort of show, I guess, with Mike Coppinger and another guy as well I'm not too familiar with. I think he's an NFL guy. So that should be interesting. I'm a big fan of Max, so anything Max does, I will definitely tune in and watch. I think the first episode is already up. All right, let's get into it, people. This might be a long video because there are a number of big fights coming up this weekend. AJ has had his say about Tyson Fury. You know, of those big fights, I can't believe. I mean, look, it's always difficult to give every single fight airtime. Canelo Crawford's taken all the airtime, and I get it. Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker's got a lot as well. Matchroom and DAZN have been pumping out content about them. Inoue, pound for pound, in my eyes, #2, takes on Akmadaliev. Incredible fight. Eddie Hearn has been pushing the idea of Akmadaliev versus Inoue for, I say, the best part of a year. That happens in the early hours of Sunday morning. I've heard nothing. Honestly, in my head, I remember seeing someone talk about a check weight a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, what? Inoue's fighting? Like, I genuinely forgot Inoue. Pound for pound, #2, one of the biggest stars in boxing, is fighting Akmadaliev. Obviously, Top Rank no longer have this deal with ESPN, so there's no content from ESPN. And as it stands right now, I'm filming this at 11:30 in the morning on a Wednesday. As it stands, the 10th of September. As it stands right now, there is no broadcaster showing Inoue versus Akmadaliev over here or in the States. One of the biggest stars in boxing. One of the biggest. Again, I think when you look at that Top Rank stable, the biggest star in that Top Rank stable has been for the last few years. No one is showing that fight. Crazy. I don't know if you can buy it. I'd fucking put it on my YouTube. I swear to God. If you could buy it, I'll just put it on my YouTube so everyone can watch it. I don't know who to reach out to. If anyone does, please email me. I'll say, look, can I show it on my YouTube? Because how are we not watching Inoue versus Akmadaliev? It's a great fight. This isn't a run-of-the-mill Inoue fight. This is a great fight. And this is Inoue's third fight of 2025. And I'm hearing if he ices Akmadaliev, we could see Inoue before the end of the year again. 4 fights in 2025. Prospects aren't doing that. Prospects aren't doing that. Inoue, pound for pound, number 2. One of the greatest fighters of this generation is about to have his 3rd fight in a year. And it's against a legit guy that could cause him big problems. Crazy. All right, anyway, look, before we talk about Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker, and Crawford, and Parker Wardley, let's get straight to it with this AJ stuff. I find this fascinating. Honestly, I loved it. As soon as I saw it, I was like, someone tagged me in it. I can't remember your Instagram handle. Apologies, I'll give you a shout out. And I was like, okay, this to me, and I'll read it out. I'll read parts of it out. Is an AJ that's just had enough. This is what he says. I can't lie, I'm proud of Joe Parker. Even though he is a competitor, real recognizes real. He's in the game to fight whoever, whenever, and that's the DNA of a real general, unlike his dippy mate, Tyson Fury. And he atted Tyson Fury as well. I would dissect his career record in minutes, but I'll leave that for a potential gloves are off if he ever comes back and fights Big Femi. It's weird how he calls himself Femi now. And by the way, you know who's hosting that fucking gloves are off or face off. You know who's hosting that shit. He then goes down to shout out Fabio Wardley. And then right at the end, he says, to my supporters, I'll be back to lace up my boots and put on my gloves sooner than later. Hopefully punching Fury's head in and dancing around his flicker jab with ease. Now, I love that. I absolutely love that for a couple of reasons. Number one, AJ obviously is now calling out Tyson Fury again. He's done it so many times in the last 12 months, but now this is like a public call out because AJ's got tens of millions of followers, right? Now everyone has seen that. This is, I am calling you out publicly. This is it now, Tyson Fury. The ball's in your court. What do you want to do? You know, that almost screams to me an AJ that's like, you know what? I've just got to do this myself. Because he maybe has gone to his management company and like, okay, anything with Fury? Like, I mean, Eddie, Freddie, anything? Have you guys spoke to Fury's side? And they probably, again, this is just my opinion, they probably come back and said, nah, nothing. Like, no, nothing from Fury. And AJ's like, oh, fuck this. I'm just going to do it myself. I'm tired of this shit. That's what I get from that. Because normally AJ's a person that works in silence, then something happens. This is him now saying, you know, I'm going to do it. And we've seen this before. I remember when Errol Spence fought Terence Crawford. They both like got rid of the managers and the promoters and they kind of did that themselves. Obviously, not the deal themselves, but they agreed to fight each other. But I think Errol said he either reached out to Crawford on phone or sent a DM to him or something like that. Maybe it's got to be like that. Remember when Mayweather Pacquiao, remember that fight was, didn't they both see each other, Mayweather Pacquiao, at a basketball event and they both went into the back room and hashed out the deal? Sometimes you just got to do it. And this is AJ's way of saying, look, this is all I want. This is all I want. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about Jake Paul. And look, I mean, AJ could fight anyone, but I mean, is he up for like Tony Yokas of the world? Is he up for the Barton Bacolis? As much as I scream Bacoli, because is AJ thinking all I want is Fury? And it might not, look, AJ's not fucking, the bailiffs aren't at his door, right? That's what I always say. But he's not broke. He's not just chasing Fury for money. Yes, he will get paid a lot of money, but AJ will get paid a lot of money fighting anyone. He just wants the Fury fight because it's 10 years. We've been talking about this fight for a decade. We've been talking about this fight for a decade. And everywhere AJ goes, trust me, I've been around AJ a lot. People say, when are you fighting Fury? When are you fighting Fury? What's going on with Fury? Regardless if there's a defeat there, regardless if there's a bad performance, like AJ's coming off a Danny Dubois defeat, and people are still saying, what's going on with Fury? And now, Fury's obviously seen this. His team have seen this. Now I await a Fury response. And I hope it comes. And let's fucking get this on. Let's get this on. Let's get this on. This is AJ. This is almost the last roll of the dice here for me, this call out. Because it's not just a call out, it's a dig as well. And if I'm Fury, I respond. If I'm Fury, I'm a fighting man, right? I respond to the call out and we make it. We make it, but look, we'll see. But I'm happy AJ has done it. For me, again, it's frustration. It's almost a case of no one else can make this fight apart from me. And look, I'd be shocked if he doesn't have Tyson Fury's number. Call him. Let's fucking call him and say, look, what's going on, big man? Are we going to get this done or not? Are we the two biggest stars in British boxing history? Like, are we going to get this on and make millions or not? And now, if we know Now, what we know is the or not will be on Tyson Fury's shoulders, not AJ. We've seen it now. AJ's publicly called him out so many times. It's now all about Fury. We wait and see, people. All right. Terence Crawford embraces the booze as Canelo fight week arrives. Yeah, I've already done my final prediction video with Gman. Go and check it out. Although I wake up and I change my mind. I go to the toilet and I change my mind. I eat and I change my mind. I have no idea how this fight plays out. That's the beauty of it. We shouldn't have. It's awful to go into what is billed as the fight of the century and like, yeah, Canelo's going to win on points. No, I have no idea how this fight plays out. I have no idea. You know, I've got this, sometimes in my head, I'm thinking, could Crawford just light him up? Like, could literally just light him up. But then I'm thinking, no one lights up Canelo. Just doesn't happen, does it? It hasn't happened. And he's fought everyone. Is Crawford going to be too big? Is he going to be too big? Like, I thought this might be a case of he weighs in at 161 just to be a super middleweight and not weighing at 168, because I don't think this is a size thing against Canelo. This isn't a strength thing because Canelo is stronger and bigger. This is a guy that's been fighting at 168 pounds for 6 years. There's no point trying to come up and try and bully him. It's not happening. I thought this might be a case of a speed thing. You know, in and out, land those shots, land those combinations, throw 2s and 3s and 4s and maybe even 5s and get out the pocket. But looking at Terence Crawford's size, it suggests that he's trying to go in there and try and man Canelo. No one does that. No one does that. Bivol was able to do it a little bit, but even Bivol didn't hurt Canelo. Didn't hurt him. He had him on the ropes and he landed a couple. Canelo was never hurt. Canelo's legs never buckled. Golovkin hit him clean, never buckled. Jacobs hit him clean, never buckled. You don't buckle this guy. So if Crawford does buckle him, that being said, my God. Wow, so upset I'm not there for this fight. So upset, but I am going to be in Belfast. And this is a good one. Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker. Obviously, it's got extra gold now. An extra incentive for both because it is a world title fight. I think the welterweight division is wide open. There is no ruler of this division. You could even say Boots didn't really rule the division because Boots never really fought anyone because there was no one to fight. Whereas now Boots is gone, there must be like 10 guys that think they're the best. And Paddy Donovan must think he is the best. He must think, I can beat all these guys. Like, he must look at Rolly Romero and think, I can beat him. Champion. He must look at Barrios and think, I can certainly beat him. Right? Pacquiao nearly beat him. You know, he must look at these guys. Brian Norman's a bigger task, but he must look at a lot of these guys and think they're beatable. And he certainly will look at Lewis Crocker and think he's beatable. The only thing that Paddy Donovan's got to be careful of, got to be very careful of, is you can't go on that last performance. This is going to be a different Lewis Crocker. It has to be. I say it will be a different one, again, because it has to be a different one. Like, he was so bad last time out. Like, surely you watch that and think, okay, we just need to not... Like, he didn't fight anything like the way he'd fought in the lead up to that fight. Nothing like it at all. So hopefully it's a better Lewis Crocker. He's going to have the crowd. Paddy Donovan probably won't care about that. I like both trainers. Billy Nelson gets a lot of stick, but I like Billy Nelson. I love Andy Lee. But I'm going for Donovan to get this done again. But I do think the fight will be a lot better and maybe a bit tighter as well, especially early. And then Paddy will probably come through. Paddy's a very big 147, you know. Like, Lewis Crocker's not small. Paddy Donovan, very big, very fast hands and carries a bit of power as well. Joseph Parker, Fabio Wardley, welcome the walk towards the fire. Yeah, I did the press conference and I did the face-off on Monday. Ain't gonna face-off. Let me not pretend you guys will probably still tune in and watch it. Nah. You know, with these face-offs, yeah, not all fights need face-offs. I get it. You've got to do it. It's a pay-per-view event. But these two are just two very nice guys. Like, some fights require face-offs. Like, even undercard fights. Like, for example, Adelaide Hergovich would have been a good face-off. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can just tell when there's a bit of spice and a bit of heat. These two are great guys. Two of the nicest guys in boxing. But once they cross that white line, to use a football analogy, once they get into the ring, I think we both know, all of us know, what both of these guys will do. They will fight. They will fight. Fabio is the underdog. He understands that, surely. Joseph Parker, yeah. I was looking at his resume the other day in the lead up to this, because it was a question I asked him, because I think I asked him, like, what was your best win? What was the best Joseph Parker? And I think he said Wilder was the best. Joseph Parker has fought a who's who in boxing since 2016. It's actually incredible, his resume. Like, yes, there's been defeats, but the way he's been able to rebuild has been really impressive. Like, I think a lot of people thought after the Joe Joyce fight, that was that, and it wasn't. Clearly still had something left. But you look at Carlos Takam, Andy Ruiz, AJ, Dillian White, Chisora a couple of times, Huey Fury, does that count? I don't know. Bacoli, Wilder, Zhang, Wardley. Bloody hell, man. That's a hell of a resume. But he can get chinned. Wardley could chin him. But I'm going for Parker to get the job done. All right. Is there anything else? Guys, very quickly, I don't know if, hopefully you guys are still watching this. The newsletter. Make sure you sign up to the newsletter. So much great content on there. The guy that does it does a great job, Phil. Please sign up to the newsletter. I think we're only like 50 or 60 away from like 2,000 of you signing up, which is incredible. So yeah, if you can sign up for the newsletter, much appreciated. What's going on? DAZN respond to speculation about Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn 2. What is this? What's the speculation? What's this? I don't know what this is. Are they saying? I don't know. Are they saying that there's a potential? Yeah, okay. They're saying, like, why is DAZN not publicized it yet? Bear in mind that we all heard that this fight was November 15th, and it's true though, because there's not been a press conference yet, which surprises me. But there is no issue. This one is on DAZN. There's been some talk about, could it go to Netflix? No, it's on DAZN. Trust me, I work for DAZN. I kind of know what's going on. Agit Kabayel, I's homecoming show. I know who Kabayel is fighting, but I've been sworn to secrecy. But I do know Kabayel is 100% fighting in Germany. And yeah, I think you guys will be happy with it. You'll be happy with it. All right, guys, girls, peace and love.
Champions are not born. They're forged. This is about turning the ordinary into undisputed. Available now. Ade OLADIPO, brought to you by Undisputed.